Hi guys, let's get crafting. Today we're going to take a look at this, do a review on this snack knit kit. It's the watermelon from Five Below, and I'll show you what's in the kit. You've got your different yarns. You've got some little baby knitting needles, a needle, and some eyes, and some watermelon seeds, and a mouth. You also have this booklet. The pattern starts in the back, and it actually shows you how to knit if you've never knitted before. It gives all the instructions for that. Alright, and it comes with the fiber feel stuffing. So what we're going to do is knit a rectangle, and that would be with this pink color here. And it tells us to make a slip knot. I'm not going to tell all the directions because that would not be fair to Five Below. So let's just see if we can do this. Alright, so where it says to cast on, we're going to cast on the amount of stitches it calls for. And now the directions say that we should knit a rectangle. So we shall do that. I have no idea what size needles these are. I didn't put it on my needle gauge. If you're like me, you'll want to use a row counter because I never can remember. So I'm going to finish this off camera and we'll come back. Alright, that took me about 20 minutes to make this rectangle, and it was very easy. The needles and the yarn are very nice. And now I've got a visitor. One of my cats. Alright, I'm finished with the rectangle. It's like there we go. And it took me about 20 minutes. Just knit every row. And I will come back when I get the green and the lighter pink rind completed. Alright, I've got that rectangle finished. It's 4 1/4 inches on each side. 4 1/4 here, 4 1/4 this way. And I'm going to cast off. I'll do that on camera in case you don't know how to cast off. You just, like you're going to knit, you wrap your yarn around your needle, you make a stitch, you do that again, and then you're going to grab the first one and pull it over the second one. You're going to do that again. Just make a stitch, grab it, pull it over, grab it, pull it over, make a stitch, grab it, pull it over. You just do that all the way down. Stitch, grab the first one, pull it over the second one. Stitch, grab the first one, pull it over the second one. Stitch, grab the first one, pull it over the second one. Just keep going. Here we're at the last one. Pull it over and you're done casting off. Now you want to cut your yarn. And you just crochet hook, pull that through, and there we go. Alright, that part is done. Now we're going to get the pink, light pink. Knots on that side. Alright. You make a tail. Make a slip knot. This is a slip knot. You just cross it over. Make like a pretzel look. Grab that one. On. You just, there's several ways to cast on. This is how I do it. And your long tail is no longer long. Alright, now I'll show you how to knit. A couple stitches. This is called the knit stitch. And when you knit front and back, it's called the garter stitch. Alright, you turn it and you start all over. That's how you knit. And I'll finish this part and the green, and we'll come back. Alright, I got the green done. It said to do 4 rows of green, but in order to get the 2 1/4 inches, I needed to go 8 rows. So that's twice as many rows. And now I'm going to show you how to change colors, or how I change colors. Just stick the needle in and wrap this color, the new color, around the needle. Hold on to it, bring it through, and get the right color going. Just bring it up and start knitting. I'll knit across. Alright, now over on this side, I'm going to cut the green, and I'm just going to tie these off because they will be sewn in at the end. There, we got that. Finish knitting this row. And I will come back to you when I'm done with this rectangle. Alright, so I am finished knitting the main part and the green and the light pink. And the next thing we're going to do is fold the rectangle into a triangle. Then we're going to sew it together. And I'll sew in the ends as well. And I'll be back with you when I get the watermelon sewn together. Alright, so I've got this folded kind of in the shape of a watermelon wedge, and I'm going to go in here and sew this together, this side together. got these knit clips on to hold it in place because you have to fold this inside the way the instructions tell you. Shape of a watermelon wedge. And now we're going to have to sew the bottom, the rind to the watermelon wedge, and I'll get that started and I'll come back. Alright, we're just going to continue. We've got this, you want to place it right sides together. This will be the right side. That's the wrong side of your rind piece. And we'll just continue. We'll start on the back side. Sew this together. You just want to put a stitch in each knitted stitch across. And I'll meet you at the corner. All right. That's the right side. Now we've got to sew this to that. So I'm just going to run this stitch down till we get to the bottom. Fold it over. About halfway, like that. So you got some green on both sides. You could always take the green and do this, but I'm just going to do it this way. Pull it tight, and now let's look at it. Go. Now we're going to have to sew the right sides together. Just want to grab a stitch on both sides and match it up. Let's see what that's looking like. To clip this down. So I'll end where I want to. If you hear anything in the background, it's my little rescue kitties. They're in their cage. Okay. Now we need to leave a gap right there. We're going to sew this side up right here. So I'll get me another needle. All right. tail. Take this off. And it gives us a gap for the stuffing. And this looks like nice stuffing. It's nice and soft and fluffy. We'll just start stuffing this watermelon. Big, thick piece of watermelon. Make sure you get it down in the bottom. Looks like they gave us enough stuffing, just enough. See what she looks like. Go ahead and finish sewing it up. Looks like it's pretty good. All right. Shorten these ends a little bit. I'll go ahead and hide these inside the watermelon. Just gonna run it through a few stitches and then out of it. stick on ice. And the picture shows the eyes go like that. Let's start off with the eyes. The stickers. Of course, you could sew on your eyes if you want to. Okay, so the eyes go like this. One. Peel this off. Here's two. Alright. Two eyes. That's cute. Alright. The mouth. This is a little mouth. Alright, we got a happy little watermelon. Let's see. There we go. Alright, my camera quit working. It got too hot. So I don't know what we saw, but we're putting on the watermelon seeds. It's a little bit difficult for me to pull these off. Alright, put one right here. And one right there. Okay, so there she is. A cute little watermelon. I think this was a fun project. It is beginner friendly. The hardest part for me was folding the square into this triangle. That was the hardest part, but as you can see, looks like a watermelon wedge. I think it would be good for a beginner to do, you know, have something fun to learn from. And the yarn is decent. It's you know, it was easy to work with. The instructions were really good. The only problem, like I said, was folding this side, and it's this side that gets folded and sewn first. That was the hardest part, but it was great, and I hope you had fun watching me, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget that I have countryhomecrafters.com is my website, and you can find lots of knitting, crocheting, quilting ideas and items, fabric, yarn, notions of all kinds at my store, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.